This is Merrin. She fell in love with James.
I'm a masculine presenting woman.
And I'm a feminine presenting straight man. I guess people perceive us as weird as a couple because we don't follow the regular status quo. And we don't look like how they want us to look.
The couple met through TikTok, and despite not being each other's usual type,
I was identifying as gay because it was easier than explaining all the ins and outs of who I was.
I've only dated girls in the past.
The most frequent question we get is, who is the woman? Or like, who is the girl? Who is the boy? Who is the man?
Hey, Shalom, brothers. This is Brother Ahawad of GMS Toronto coming back with another one. Why are you gay? And the reason for that is this society is actually being socially engineered. And it's being socially engineered to destroy the mind of the young man and the young woman into being confused. And from they have you in the state of confusion, when I say they, I mean the people that run this society, right? And who are they doing it through? They're doing it mainly through the psychologists. They're doing it through entertainers. They're doing it through movies like Hollywood, like Disney. They're doing it through radio, right? They're doing it through the internet, right? These people said they met on TikTok, so they're also doing it on TikTok to where they get to socially engineer people into being the lesser version of themselves. Mainly you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, especially you men. You were created to serve the Most High, right? But this socially engineering is mainly to destroy morality and culture, because through your morality, you know what's right and what's wrong. And through your culture, that's for you to know what you're meant to do and how to do it. And you're going to get that validation by seeing the other people around you do that as well. The validation that these people are getting in this society is by seeing people do the same degenerate behavior that they're doing. Right? But when you have social engineering, they want you to move further away from shame and the laws of the Most High. They want you to be able to be open to the principles of Aleister Crowley, which is do as thou wilt. You wake up, you want to drink blood? Hey, drink blood. You wake up, you want to sleep with a little boy, you want to sleep with a little girl? Hey, do it. Go ahead. Right? No morality, no laws. Just do as thou wilt. Just be a beast. Right? When you're not supposed to be on the level of an animal, you're above an animal. Right? But in this new world of change, or AKA the new world order, there is no gender, right? Man can be woman and a woman can be a man. No wrong on sexuality. Love who you want. And what is that promoting? That's promoting pansexuality. And the majority of these people in this society are pansexuals, right? Because you can have a woman who used to be with a woman and now she wants to be with a man. Or you might have these women who are lesbians, but then they'll sleep with a man just to get pregnant to still go and practice homosexuality. And this is the degradation of our people. So when brothers are asking, or you so-called black men are asking, where are the so-called good black women? Or why don't black women do this? Why don't they do that? And vice versa. When the women are asking, where's the so-called good black man? Well, they're being destroyed. The so-called black man, the so-called black woman, the so-called native, and the so-called Latino man and woman are being destroyed. And they're being socially engineered to move and to think the way that they're thinking, which is further away from the laws of the Most High.
Hi, I'm Merrin, and this is my boyfriend James. I'm a masculine presenting woman.
And I am a feminine presenting straight man.
And there is no such thing. All right, there is no such thing. You cannot be a feminine presenting man. Right? Just like if we saw a cat barking, we would immediately know that something is wrong. Right? If we see a fish out of water, we know something is wrong, and we know that, hey, that fish doesn't have long to live. It's the same thing when you see a man in this state, you know something is off. Right? You just can't pinpoint what's off. It could be childhood trauma. Childhood trauma is big when it comes to passing down that degenerate behavior, right? Especially when a young boy gets touched by a man, right? I'm not saying that if a young boy, especially prepubescent, gets touched by an older woman, that it can't cause trauma as well. But when a young boy is touched by a man, it will cause this femininity as well. This is a break-in, right? A break-in of that masculinity to where that young male doesn't feel like a man, so he cannot grow up to be a man because he already feels lesser than.
Merrin and James met online after a chance comment from Merrin on TikTok sparked a conversation between the pair.
Just was posting different pictures of myself, like dress femme, dress mask, and I had commented on this other Mexican girl's TikTok who was talking about how she thought that femme men were cute, and I was like, oh my god, girl, you're talking about me, honey. And then I saw.
Hey, and before you brothers even come to a judgment of this man, you have to understand that this man does not know the laws of the Most High. Right? He doesn't know the laws of the Most High. He doesn't know that he should not be wearing what pertains onto a woman. He's lost. And he has been socially engineered by this society. He's living in a way that this society has promoted to him, which is why he's smiling, and he doesn't even know that he's the joke. He's laughing, not knowing that he's the joke. Why are you the joke? You're the joke because you're supposed to be a righteous man, right? You're supposed to be a ruler. You're supposed to be a king. You're supposed to be a god, small g, right? Which means a judge. You're supposed to be a judge, but how can you be a judge when you're not in the state of being a judge? This is Romans chapter 1, verse 24. Wherefore God, or Yahweh, also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause Yahweh gave them up unto vile affections, for even their woman did change the natural use into that which is against nature. What is that talking about? That's talking about homosexuality, right? It's saying that even their woman did change the natural use, right, into that which is against nature. And likewise, also the men leaving the natural use of the woman, right? So the woman has a natural use, right? Whether you like it or whether you don't like it. She has a natural use. She's a childbearer. How does she childbear? She childbear by the man laying with her. It says, burned in their lusts one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which was meat. Right? So to be attracted, for two men to be attracted to each other and to lay with each other, it's an error. For two women to lay with each other and to be attracted to each other in a sexual way is an error. Right? It is off.
Hey, honey.
And then I saw his comment under that video. That's how I got to his profile. And then I saw his videos and I was like, I'll just flirt with him just for fun.
But I was also thinking in my head, like, this is just going to be a fun little thing that happens for a couple days and then it'll be over with. I never thought that it would be a real thing.
With a connection this strong, Merrin and James were keen to meet. And
they don't have a connection that strong. They have a connection in confusion, right? Sometimes two people stay together because their demons are compatible. They have demonic compatibility, right? What does that mean? That means that she's confused and he's confused. So what they said, they've created a bond on being confused together, right? She doesn't know what she wants. She knows that she wants a man, but she doesn't want a man to rule over her. He knows that he wants to be feminine, but the woman that he wants a masculine man. So he needs a woman that wants a feminine man, but that's not the majority of women, right? Now, the majority of women can emasculate men. That's one of the powers of women. That's actually a power of women, right? Women are able to emasculate men with their words. All right. A woman can emasculate you, man. Believe me. Believe me, a woman can emasculate you. But he's attracted to a woman that can promote something healthy in his mind, that he's okay. And he's not okay, because he's the one that should be leading. So now he's the one that's getting led, and he's okay with that because he's in his feminine.
After their first date, this couple knew their relationship was going to be something special, despite not being...
You see what I mean? Let's rewind it. Hold on.
With a connection this strong, Merrin and James were keen to meet. And even after their first date, this couple knew their relationship was going...
You see this? This is reverse roles. That's all that this is. They've reversed the role. That's why they're so compatible. They're compatible in confusion.
Be something special.
See? With all the pictures that they're taking, they're letting you know that the woman could be the man and the man could be the woman.
Despite not being each other's usual type.
Yeah. He likes to make the joke that I came out the womb masculine because
Honey was wearing boy clothes in elementary.
And there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a man coming out of the womb feminine and a woman coming out of the womb masculine. Now, don't get it twisted. There is something known as two spirits, right? Where people do have two spirits, but these are things that have to be promoted to you, right? These are things that, for instance, when a young girl is a young girl, she has to be taught on what femininity is, right? Because young girls are just as tomboyish as boys. They can be, right? But there has to be a breaking away to where you look at the boy child and say, hey, you're going to grow up to do this. You look at the girl child, you say, hey, you're going to grow up to do this, right? So men and women have to be taught about their roles. Once they're taught about their roles, they're going to feel a solid foundation with doing that role, right? Because no matter what, at the end of the day, a man was not created to fulfill the role of a woman. We cannot. As a man, we cannot give birth. We cannot raise a child the way a woman can, and vice versa. A woman cannot do what a man does. Right? That's why the majority of these women today are complaining about getting up and going to work every day, because it's hard. It's not their role. This is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. And that's why this society is socially engineering young people, because they understand once they get the mind of the young people, they will not depart from the training or the lessons that they have learned.
that I came out the womb masculine because
Honey was wearing boy clothes in elementary school.
so I've only dated girls in the past. I'm very much attracted to femininity as a whole. I love that just his energy is very feminine. Like sometimes he'll like this is not, the little jacket's not feminine, but the way he's acting is feminine.
My sexuality was all over the place, very much. In high school, I was like this full straight, like almost hyper masculine version of myself, where like I was still one of the girls. However, I was pulling girls. And then I got to college and I was like, yeah, that ain't it. Not for me. So I was identifying as gay because it was easier than explaining all the ins and outs of who I was. Like never really just jumped all in with a man. I never had any interest in doing that. So when the world went on shutdown in 2020, I was on TikTok constantly, like everybody was. And I was like, oh my God, these TikTok lesbians are so fine. So that's like the first time I was exposed to like masculinity through a woman.
Now, Marilyn James.
How could you be exposed to masculinity through a woman? That's not masculinity, man. That's confusion. That's demons. See, that's why in this truth, man, brothers have to learn about all of these different topics and these different subjects, because you have to know when somebody has a demon on them, man. You have to know when someone is in the right mind. And then you have to know when somebody has demons on them. You have to know when someone is whole, because that is a part of being a prophet as well. We're also healers, man. We heal. And we're supposed to know when something is off with a person, when a person has demons on them. You're supposed to be able to see it. Right? He said his first time experiencing masculinity is through this woman. This woman doesn't have no masculinity at all. She has a demon on her. This is Luke chapter 8, verse 2. And certain women which had been healed of evil spirits and infirmities, Mary called Magdalene, out of whom went 7 devils. Right? So that's what I'm saying. One of our jobs is to exorcise these demons, man, to heal people. And you have to understand when people have demons on them. There was 7 devils that went out of Mary Magdalene. So how many demons do you think is on this woman, this Caucasian woman that's on our screen? This is Matthew chapter 10 and 1. And when he called unto his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits to cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. Right? So you see the power that brothers hold, man, especially through this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding bestowed upon us by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Now, Marilyn and James have been dating long distance for over a year.
I always cook.
Marin does the cooking.
Yes.
I have cooked.
One time.
I cooked for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And it was bomb. Sometimes I come on a Saturday and I'll leave on a Monday. So I'm here for a good little minute. I guess people perceive us as weird as a couple because we don't.
Of course you guys are weird, because you're not fulfilling the role of a man. And she's not fulfilling the role of a woman. And she's unable to fulfill the role of a man. And you're unable to fulfill the role of a woman. So it is weird and it's confusing, because neither of you wants to do what you were created to do. And neither of you can do what you're claiming to be. She can't be a man. She doesn't know the beginning of how to be a man. Do you think to be a man is just to dress as a man? Do you think to be a woman is just to put on a dress and high heels? It goes deeper than that, my man. It goes way deeper than that, man. To be a true woman, to be a true, authentic woman, a beautiful woman, a woman who's going to be able to uplift and guide and nourish and feed. Women are very, very important, man. They're a very important part in this thing called life, man, between man and woman. And that's not something that should ever be played with, man. But because this society is being socially engineered, they are playing with you people. And they're playing with you people mentally. And they're playing with you people emotionally. And they're playing with you people spiritually, man. Because this man is now destroyed spiritually. He's destroyed.
Follow the regular status quo. And we don't look like how they want us to look or how they would expect us to look.
You were hungry. I'm stealing it.
Nothing is ever truly yours.
I'm glad that we're eating now because I feel like we would have had to wait a long time at Nice Guys.
Now, I say, I have a girlfriend.
Searching for the best Canadian cannabis.
That's the end of that's the response. I have a girlfriend. So why do you dress the way that you do? Because I like it. I like to be cute. Period.
Yeah, because you have no laws, statutes, and commandments. Because you're completely out of order. Right? You're not in ordinance to the laws that was given us as men to rule over the world. Especially as an Israelite man, Yasharallah. Right? This is actually a form of buck breaking. Look at this. Look at this. This guy has the woman picking him up and twirling him around. What type of... Oh my gosh. This is crazy, man. This is a new form of buck breaking, man. Right? This is the 2024 form of buck breaking.
Hey guys, Dr. Axe here. In this video, I'm going to talk about high estrogen foods you must avoid and also estrogen-rich foods that can destroy your health and really cause major hormonal issues. And there are a lot of things that people are eating today that are disrupting their hormones, causing estrogen to be high, causing progesterone to be low. And some of the side effects are for men having more feminine characteristics.
Hey, hey brothers, the reason why I'm playing this clip is because this is another way of the attack. Another way of the attack is through the food that we're eating, right? The food that we're eating is actually destroying us as well, right? That's why the name of the lesson is, why are you gay, right? A lot of you so-called Black, Latino, and Native Americans, a lot of you are gay because of the food, because of the pots and pans that your mother is using, because of the plastic containers that you're warming up in the microwave, and the little particles are getting into your bloodstream and feminizing you, man, and literally changing you. And it's your hormones are imbalanced.
And for women, increased issues like hypothyroidism, autoimmune disease, chronic fatigue, and even ovarian cancer are some side effects of consuming too many estrogen-rich foods. So I'm going to talk about the 5 estrogen-based foods and products you absolutely want to avoid, and then talk about a food.
Cannabis is estrogenic, but only when smoked. Ever see a pothead with man boobs?
Hey, you see? That's why we always tell you men to put down the weed, man. See? The weed is estrogenic as well. Feminizing you. And I see that a lot, especially in the Rastas, especially with the long hair, right? The way that you guys speak, the way that you guys think. And in that religion, you guys worship the woman already.
And here's an interesting one. Lavender, especially incensing lavender essential oils. But look at this photo of an 8-month-old baby with breast development.
You see? This is the destruction of the society. So if you want to know why these people are confused, it's been happening to them from they were babies. That hormone imbalance is happening from they were babies. So why are you gay? A lot of these people are gay because of all these different factors. Social engineering is just one. They're being attacked also through food. They're being attacked also through different drugs. And I'm talking about drugs that are sold over the counter as well. All right, look. Here it is. Here's the example of it right here. This is a baby, man. All right? Baby with breasts.
On this Valentine's Day, we're taking action for your health and happiness with an easy way to boost your libido and improve your sex life.
It all has to do with the foods you eat. So tonight we're talking to a nutritionist.
You see, sometimes these people tell truth on their network, right? Even though ABC is a part of the structure of this society that's destroying the people through media, right? Or through broadcasting, which is witchcraft. Sometimes they do tell the truth. So let's rewind it.
On this Valentine's Day, we're taking action for your health and happiness with an easy way to boost your libido and improve your sex life.
It all has to do with the foods you eat. So tonight we're talking to a nutritionist about...
She said it all has to do with the foods that you eat. And I agree. I agree 100%. But it's sad that in this society, we can't really find good food. We can't even find real food anymore. So you have to understand, after, I don't know, over 20 years of GMO foods, genetically modified foods, especially corn, how is it going to affect people? It's affecting people in a negative way.
the sex diet.
You have to really look at the components. There are three phases to great sex. One is the libido, or the sex drive, the drive to have sex. The second is the blood flow. Very, very important.
And you see what she said, the libido, and the majority of these toxins that are getting into our food is destroying the libido, which is why so many young men are suffering from impotency, right? And that's why they're not even attracted to women anymore, because that natural attraction that would just be inside of your body is no longer there. Is no longer there.
In order to build up that pleasure aspect, which is, of course, the last phase of the sex, and the one we're all looking for.
Nicolette Pace is a clinical nutritionist touting a sex diet for those looking to improve their love lives. First, to lift your libido.
Now, this is Kim Kardashian on the cover of GQ, right? Promoting the as above, so below principles, where a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man. That's why she's dressed in a suit, but she's also eating a bag of Cheetos. And that's why the elites, they use celebrities to push the agenda. These celebrities are merely pawns. That's all that they are, to normalize what's being pushed on society, whether it be clothes, food, shoes, or sexuality. So you think it's a decision you made instead of for what's actually happening, which is you're being socially engineered. Okay? So why is she promoting Cheetos? Let's find out. This is an article from Mexico News Daily. It says consumer group warns of toxic ingredients in Cheetos. It says bags of Cheeto corn chips contain ingredients that could be toxic. A consumer advocacy group warned. Let's scroll. It says the group said its analysis showed most of the chips' 43 ingredients were additives and isolated THHQ as a preservative that has been shown to be toxic. It added that the poor quality of the product and its high salty levels made it a bad choice for consumers. Other ingredients flagged for concerns were the additive conosodium glutamate, which it said has been shown to inhibit satiety centers. Let's get the word. Hold on. Define. The word is
satiety.
Satiety. The feeling or state of being satiated. Oh, wow. Okay. I never knew that word. It says, where's the word? It has been shown to inhibit satiety centers, inducing voracious eating. Wow. So that's what the chips is triggering. Monosodium glutamate and artificial dyes that affect the behavior of children. Oh my gosh. See? So when you ask the question, why are you gay? You have to understand why. It says dyes that affect the behavior of children, as well as other toxic additives such as TBHQ, I don't know how to pronounce that. Silicon dioxide and dicidium insonate. Wow. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And the reason why I'm ending it off with this scripture is just because if this Edomite, you so-called white people, are made to rule for much longer, there will be no flesh left to be saved. Because you Edomites, you Caucasians, you're monsters. You are monsters. And when I say that with the most disrespect as possible. Right? Because these are foods that are affecting children. Children, man. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Rakakudash. Double honors unto the elders and elder apostles of GMS that rule well and that teach well. And to you brothers on the four corners of the earth doing this work in truth and in sincerity. Shalom. Till next time. Kwam Yasharallah.